If you look at multi-asset allocation fund, it invests across different asset classes which perform differently across various phases of the economy. If you look at the data for the last 20 years and the last 2 decades, then you will find that various asset classes perform differently depending on the economic cycle that we are into. If you were to start from 2003 to 2008 as a reference point, which was the great bull market across the world, you find that equities invariably did very well vis-a-vis fixed income and gold. And if I were to look at data which is pointing on the slide, which is showing you that 2005 to 2008, equities were up 200% plus versus gold, which did 75%, and fixed income, which did 17% kind of a number. And post that came the global financial crisis, where the overall economic outlook deteriorated, and there was a sharp GDP contraction that we're trying to look at. At that point in time, equities actually declined by around 50%, which was one of the sharpest declines that you saw in a 25-30 year kind of a time frame, whereas gold and fixed income actually did relatively better in that 18-month kind of a time frame. Again, as things stabilized and the overall GDP growth outlook improved, you invariably find that in every improving GDP growth outlook, equities tend to do well, and that is what happened in the next 2 years that we're trying to look at. And equities relatively outperform gold and fixed income. Similarly, as you go ahead, you will find that all green patches where either the GDP is growing at a robust rate or there is an increasing GDP growth curve that you're trying to look at, invariably equities does well. But at the same time, in all pink patches where there is a deterioration in the overall GDP outlook, you invariably find that fixed income and gold does relatively better. Hence, it makes immense sense when we are combining all these three asset classes and coming into a product that can provide you a fairly stable return over an entire cycle of a bull and a bear market that you're trying to look at. And that is where multi-asset allocation fund makes a lot of sense from an investor from a long-term investment perspective.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। स्कीम संबंधी सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।